Hello and good day. Welcome to the channel Finding Nirvana, where we discern the truth. If you live in New Zealand, today's episode matters to you. Today we're going to talk about the current investigation by the Serious Fraud Office on the New Zealand First political party, whose leader, Winston Peter, is the Deputy Prime Minister of New Zealand, who works very closely with our Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, and who was a key player in helping Jacinda Ardern become the Prime Minister of New Zealand. For those of you who do not know how the 2017 elections played out, what happened was the majority of people voted for National. And you can see it in here. I'll show you. 44.4% voted for National, 36.9% voted for Labour, 7.2% voted for New Zealand First. But New Zealand First and Labour were able to form a coalition government, and they signed an agreement. You can see the agreement online, detailing a partnership pretty much. So just view it as a partnership. They got together, and with some help from their buddies from the Green Party, because they're all socialists, they were able to form a coalition government and have enough seats to beat National. But we must remind ourselves and remember the people voted for National. Right, so what happened? What happened with Winston Peter and his foundation and this whole scandal? I like this article that was posted by INZ, and here, let me read it to you quickly. The main details to tell us what went wrong. Between April 2017 and August 2019, nearly $500,000 New Zealand dollars was deposited into the New Zealand First Foundation's bank account by donors, including from some of New Zealand's wealthiest business people. Now, over the same period, that foundation, New Zealand First Foundation, spent more than $425,000 paying bills for the New Zealand First Party, including campaign, advertising expenses, political consult. Okay, so they spent a lot of that money for their campaign, for New Zealand First Party, political party's campaign. You got to remember, New Zealand First Foundation is not a political party. It's a foundation. So their money is going to help a political cause, which is the New Zealand First Party, and of course you can say they're very related, as the people behind them are the same people. Now, if we take a look at the First Foundation, we can see here, look at the website, firstfoundation.org.nz, building a better future for New Zealand's talented youth. So it's a charity foundation to help kids get scholarships, mentors, and to find work, to have more work experience. Right. So this is what the First Foundation is meant to do. But then why are they receiving money from donors and then spending that money for a political campaign? Now let's take a look at this article from INT, showing how the First Foundation has been receiving tens of thousands of dollars from donors in the horse racing industry, and those payments fell just below $15,000, but there were multiple lots of $15,000. So that seems like they were trying to hide those money, because by keeping them in lots of 15,000, they were able to make it anonymous. So from racing donors. If this article is true, well, what this looks like is the New Zealand First political party may have used the First Foundation as a proxy or a slush fund to cover expenses arising from the 2017 campaign. It is highly suspect that Winston Peters may have been bribed by influential people in the racing industry to implement government policies to support the racing industry. He is the racing minister. And if we look at the coalition agreement signed between Labour and New Zealand First, one of the requirements for New Zealand First, their requirement is for Labour to support New Zealand First racing policy. this smells and looks like quid pro quo, but I suppose until proven guilty, he's innocent.